Heavy rains have wreaked havoc across northeast. At least 30 people have died in the northeast in the last 2 days following landslides and flash floods. Today, 14 people have died across the region in landslides. We're learning that Assam, Arunachal, Meghalaya, Manipur and Mizoram have all been affected by landslides and flash floods. At least 60,000 people have been impacted in 12 districts of Assam. A key road linking Meghalaya and Assam too has snapped, is what we're learning. The Weather Office has issued a red and orange alert for parts of Assam and an orange and yellow alert for the rest of northeast.
लास्ट 2-3 दिन से बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश हो रहा है और गुवाहाटी सिटी में बारिश का पानी तो है और दूसरा मेघालय का हिल का जो मेघालय गुवाहाटी सिटी का पास में मेघालय का जो पहाड़ी है पूरा पहाड़ी का पानी गुवाहाटी सिटी तक आ गया है। तो इसलिए एक बहुत बड़ा फ्लड का प्रॉब्लम हुआ है। नेचुरली यहाँ बारिश है और मेघालय से जो पानी है पूरा पहाड़ी का पानी जब यहाँ आ जाता है पूरा एरिया फ्लडेड हो जाता है। तो हम लोग कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि ये पानी गुवाहाटी सिटी का अंदर ना जाए, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ बांध दे के रखा हूँ, स्विच गेट वगैरह बंद करके इस पानी को हम लोग पामोही होके दीपरबिल होके ब्रह्मपुत्र तक ले जाने के लिए हम कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। यहाँ ड्रेन का काम चल रहा है, बहुत नया ड्रेन हम लोग काम शुरू किया है, फटाफट काम कर रहा हूँ और एक रास्ता से हम लोग खानापारा होके सिलसाको होके पानी निकलने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। हम लोग कोशिश कर रहा हूँ जो मेघालय का पानी गुवाहाटी का अंदर ना आए, इस कोशिश में कुछ तो सफल हुआ हूँ। फिर भी गुवाहाटी सिटी एरिया में भी ऐसा बहुत जगह है जो ऐसा एक काप जैसा है, वहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा पानी जमा हो जाता है, तो उसको पाम करके हम लोग निकाल रहा है। फिर भी जब बाहर पानी रहता है तब पाम करना भी मुश्किल हो जाता है।
Thunderstorm and lightning with gusty wind reaching up to 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, very likely to occur at isolated places over Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. Thunderstorm and lightning very likely to occur at isolated places over Arunachal Pradesh and Tripura. Heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places is very likely over Assam and Nagaland. साथ ही साथ heavy rainfall at isolated places is very likely over Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura.
My colleague Rathadeep joins us with more details. Rathadeep, take us to the latest as far as the situation in the northeast is concerned, especially Assam. There's a red and yellow alert that's been issued as well.
That's right. Well, in fact, there is some glimmer of hope for the people who have been battling this very heavy rainfall for the past 2 days. You can see behind me, there is no more rain. We are at the banks of the river Brahmaputra at Lachit Ghat in Guwahati. Although small boats are not plying, but the bigger ferries are plying here, and a bit of sunshine is also seen in the horizon. So that's good news. In fact, in the last 12 hours, the rains have weakened in Guwahati. So most of the waterlogged areas are being cleared. The water levels are decreasing there. However, in other parts of Assam, particularly in 12 districts, there are more than 60,000 people who are affected. In Assam alone, yesterday, 8 people had lost their lives in floods and landslides. And in Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya, there have been massive rainfall, massive landslides, and in fact a key road link between Tura, which is the headquarter of the Garo Hills region in Meghalaya, to Assam and the rest of Meghalaya has been snapped. Work is going on there to restore that road. In Arunachal Pradesh, particularly in the in the eastern side, there have been massive rains, and therefore there is destruction in terms of road infrastructure. You can play out those visuals. Arunachal Pradesh, 9 people have lost their life. In Sikkim, you have the Tista River completely fuming. Last Thursday, we had that unfortunate incident where a tourist vehicle had plunged 1,000 feet into the river. Only one body could be recovered. Operations, which are becoming very difficult to find out the 8 missing people, is continuing there. Over 1,000 tourists are stranded in North Sikkim region because key bridges have been disrupted there by these landslides. You have a situation particularly in Manipur where the Imphal river has breached, and therefore a larger part of Imphal East district is inundated. That actually resulted in an urgent operation last afternoon by the Assam Rifles to evacuate as many as 800 people. So therefore, with the Met Department actually this morning downgrading the alert from red and orange in several parts of of northeast to orange and yellow. So there is a glimmer of hope that the situation will improve today in the day if the rains don't come back. However, there are warnings for isolated places in the region for thunderstorms, for lightning, as well as isolated heavy showers. So that will be a reason of worry. But if things go by what it is now, then particularly in Guwahati, those areas which were waterlogged for the past 2 days will have respite. Efforts are being taken to dry out those areas, and as well as in rest of the northeast where the road communication has taken a hit, authorities will get scope to mend those areas, particularly in Sikkim. And also remember, units of NDRF and SDRF of all the states have been sent out to vulnerable areas. You have Assam Rifles also helping the state units in Manipur. So therefore, all the state governments at this moment are keeping a close watch in terms of the developments, particularly in Upper Assam region. In Dibrugarh, the Brahmaputra River is flowing slightly above danger mark, but that is because precisely when it rains in the hills of Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya, or in lower Assam in the hills of Bhutan, then Assam largely being a valley region, the water flows into the valley. So therefore, there are threats of flash floods. Some of the dams in the area, particularly in the northern part of Upper Assam, as well as in Kopili Dam has basically released water. So those water from the dams which will flow into the valley region will also, there are scopes that will create flash floods. So therefore, what is important to note here is that the authorities are now also looking at situation where that there can be flash floods, and precautionary measures are being taken.